free.
Sorry.
What?
There was no audio. I forgot to unmute.
Yeah, that's probably important.
Cancel the gain so that we sound okay. Welcome. Thanks for letting us know. Luckily, we haven't started yet, and all we were saying was gibberish. So, anywho, we ready to begin now?
Yes.
I think we're ready. Okay. Welcome back to the Tailosive Talks podcast, ladies and gentlemen. I'm your co-host, Andrew Erickson, and I'm once again joined with your regular co-host, Louise Erickson. How's it going?
I'm a cowgirl.
She's a cowgirl today. I like that hat on you.
Thank you.
You're rocking that cowgirl look.
This was my birthday hat
It
from
was?
a couple weeks ago. We went to the
Oh,
Cattleman's restaurant.
that's
and
right.
They gave us both birthday hats.
I
Which
like
are
it.
these? For free.
It looks good.
I definitely feel like a farmer.
Oh, was that the same one I had, or did we both get one?
Yeah, we both got one.
Okay.
Yours
Where's
is in the
mine?
car. I can go get it.
Oh, that's okay.
If you're going to wear a matching
We'll leave
one.
it there for now. But thank you. It looks good.
You're welcome.
So, man, how was work for you? You had work today. Was it
Yeah.
busy?
Pretty busy.
Yeah.
It went by really fast though, and I'm just literally counting down the days until I'm out of this position.
Yeah, that's right.
9
You're
more
moving
days.
into the new position.
9 more days.
Only 9. I wish you could get some time off in between.
I know, me too.
It's tough.
But bosses are just not nice people sometimes.
No, I feel like that was unfair. That guy was like, what, asking you to throw in a 3 weeks notice of some kind?
I don't know what he wanted, but
Mm-hmm.
I was hoping for a day off between like my current job and my next job, but I
Right.
won't. So I'll be working 9 days straight, and I work
Does that
10-hour
start-
days. So
Does that start today?
no, next week.
Okay. You should blow that off. You should just,
Well, what if they
Ditch.
fire me like from my next
Well,
position?
they need you. They can't fire you. You're too valuable.
I think I need them more.
I think you're pretty important. But no, I don't think they'd fire if you did it. But I admire and respect that even people who want to work you to death, you still put up with it and you take it. And that's admirable.
Yeah,
You don't quit easy.
you got to get that dough.
Yeah, well, you're getting money for it, so I guess there's that. But anywho, it's been a busy day for me.
Tell me about
A
it.
lot of stuff's been going down here. So for one, our next vlog is a shorter vlog than normal. Usually I try to get them to like 8 or
10.
7 minutes, 10 if possible. This one, I just felt like I shouldn't tack more things onto it because we took a day off yesterday. I didn't go to the office at all,
Yeah.
which was nice.
I'm so proud of you.
Thank you.
Like, I know that's hard for you to take a day off.
Yeah, it is. But you know what? The views were doing fine, like for all the channels. They were all up there. Income was good. So I was like, you know
Right.
what? I can take a day off. I'll be fine. So I didn't show up to the office.
can
and
afford it.
We visited the snow, and you'll see it all tomorrow. I want to still keep the Talks channel to like one video a day, one piece of content.
Really? You're doing that?
Podcast and
That's a lot.
well, it's a lot easier now that we got the podcast.
Oh.
That's
For sure.
basically upload a vlog every other day, and there's plenty of vlogs. So we have one in the stockpile. But we went to the snow and had a good time,
It
and
was more like the ice.
the ice, the slushy.
It wasn't very like powdery or soft.
No, it wasn't the. A lot of movies make snow look like flour. You know, you just kind of jump
Right.
and play.
Well, that's because it's fake in the movies. It never
Yeah.
melts.
It's true. They have this fake little fluffy snow that you can just roll around in, and it's the best. But then you get there, and it's like there's footage of you jumping in the snow that just goes, boonk.
Yep.
You stick there. But so we got the vlog done. The other big thing was my unboxing of the PewDiePie chair kind of took off.
Yeah?
Via still
How many
image.
views does it have?
So it's trending right now on the PewDiePie subreddit.
Wow.
And some guy took a still from my video and then claimed it was him unboxing his chair.
Oh, no.
So if you go to PewDiePie,
So he's taking credit for your video.
right, which I wasn't okay with. So
So did you report it?
Well, I didn't report it, but I commented on it. Hey, this is my video. Please credit me. Here's the link. And then I told all you fans who are watching this, hopefully, about the situation, and I shared the link. And so there's the still from my unboxing.
Okay.
It has
25,000.
25,000 upvotes, which is kind of cool. And then my comment has over 1,000 upvotes. It's like the fourth or fifth highest upvoted comment on that post.
That really annoys me.
Yeah.
That he made it seem like it was his.
Yeah, it's like, this was on my chair.
Like, dude.
It's like, bruh, that's not your chair.
Where's your comment on here?
It's done by Tailosive Net.
Oh, so you created a Reddit finally.
Yeah, I finally. Also, I'm on Reddit now, but I'm not posting anything. I legit made a Reddit just so that I could credit myself on that post, because I was like, hey, this is trending. Like, this is getting a lot of upvotes.
Stealing.
So I want to make. So I think he added a comment to it later that says, "This is from Tailosive Talks, by the way." And I've gotten lots of nice replies from people from my comment that say, "Hey, I like your channel," and they're clicking on the original file now, which means that it's possible. It's not guaranteed, but it's possible that my arm, this arm with this watch, could be in the next Lawai.
You're like SpongeBob when Mr. Krabs is filming that commercial. And he's like, "Hey, that's my arm cooking the burger.
I feel
my
like
hat."
Mike Wazowski in Monsters, Inc.
Yeah.
When he's all excited that he's in the commercial, even though he's behind the watermark. That would be me. It's like, hey, someone stole my post, but it's still my hand.
Did you repost it, or did you create an entirely new post? Because I think you should just do that.
It, but I think it's too late now, because I think that post that's trending was a repost of someone else's posts.
Oh.
So like,
you should just post a picture of you sitting in the chair.
Oh, well, they believe me. I just don't think me sitting in the chair would get the upvotes. It's more people just like, T-Series is on the box. And
did you make the joke in your vlog?
I did. I pointed that out when unboxing it. So now it's
Good thing you have the Apple Watch. Otherwise, that could be a very nondescript arm.
That's true.
That could belong to anyone.
That's true. But that carpet's very signature. That rug on the floor.
Which is it? That white one?
Yeah, that white one with the gray stripes. It's like, that's a Tailosive rug. That's in
I'm pretty sure that's a very normal average rug. We have that at our house.
I know, but it's only at our house and here. That's it.
Right.
Can't find it anywhere else, and I doubt anyone else with that rug has bought a PewDiePie chair. That you can guarantee.
I don't know how.
But also, the other big news was I wasn't exactly sure what the tech video was going to be on today. And then right when I was trying to decide, Tesla did a big announcement, which is kind of cool. I think I texted you it, but I'm not sure if you understood.
Yeah, I quickly read over it. They released a new model, or the same model, just cheaper?
They lowered the price of the Model 3.
Nice. What's the new price?
$35,000. And that's before incentives.
Are there even incentives at this point? Because I feel like if it's that cheap, it doesn't really need incentives.
No, it doesn't need incentives. I agree. But like, you're still saving money from gas and stuff. So with that, like, it's even more obtainable now. They said after incentives, it's like $24,000. But obviously, the down payment's still $35,000. But it's I think that's a $7,000 decrease from what it was.
It was 41 before, 42.
I think it was 42. That's what I remember. So it's cool that that's getting more obtainable.
Now that this is cheaper, are you getting the Tesla itch even more?
A little bit. I mean, I always have the itch. I have psoriasis. But once I saw that the Tesla's getting more affordable, I'm like, But it also makes me really glad that we waited.
Yeah.
You know, it kind of makes me glad that we haven't bought one yet, because that means we've saved that much. They've also altered some of the autopilot checkout settings now.
How so?
So the $35,000 model, you can add autopilot, which just does the basic, like, what's it called? The lane changing stuff. Or no, it's not the lane changing. It's like the basic autopilot features. It's not full autonomous, but like a little bit of autonomy for an extra $3,000. And then it's $4,000 if you want to do it after you buy the car. And then full autonomous mode, they're now promising, is going to come out before the end of the year, which is...
Wait, like legally?
Well, they're saying it's going to be by the end of the year, but I don't know if I believe them.
Right. I feel like everything's going so slow, I wouldn't get my hopes up.
Yeah. They're getting quite ambitious with their promises, but they're now saying, $5,000 for enhanced, the full autopilot. And then it's $7,000 if you want to do it after. But again, we're not exactly sure when that's going to be. They just said at some point
Right.
coming later this year. But
So,
how do you feel?
That's enticing,
It's
of
better,
course.
for sure.
But I don't know. I feel like the stock market's doing kind of like too good right now. And
Really?
I feel like in a year or a couple years, something's going to happen. Like either the housing market crashes or the stock market crashes or dips slow.
Okay.
So I just want to stockpile money so that once it is, down at the bottom, then you can either buy a house or invest in stocks.
There you go.
Cheap stocks.
So you'd rather save for the real estate market till it's low.
For sure.
Okay. That's probably smart for investments.
Yeah, but I see
Definitely.
how nice it is to have a Tesla.
Yeah, keep looking at those interiors, and we're going to be able to play around with one next month.
Yeah.
End of next month when Nick and Randy come up, they're going to bring a Model 3 with them, and we get to review it and drive it around. So that'll be, if anything, making the itch worse.
Is it weird that tomorrow is next month? Like,
yeah, I keep forgetting.
February is so short.
It is. This isn't a leap year either. Next year is, though. I
is
think.
it? Oh, yeah, every
2020. Year. So next year we'll get a 29.
You know what else is happening next year?
What's that?
The election.
Oh, boy. All the politics come back.
Good luck, y'all.
All those questions about, yeah. Oh, thank you for the super chat, Rockford Tech. Appreciate that. And Ben Close here says, do some math and figure out how much you would save on petrol if you bought a Tesla and take that into account. I think the site...
save $5 whole a month. By
so
that rate,
money.
we can afford a house.
Yeah.
By all the money we're going to save on our Tesla.
That's what a lot of people were saying during the Twitch stream today. They were like, you got to tell Louise you're actually saving money when you buy the Tesla because you're not buying gas anymore. Plus,
good point.
You're safer. And
How
no one
so?
can put a price on it because of the Tesla.
Tesla?
The Tesla is the safest car in America.
Is it really?
Mm-hmm.
Didn't it kill someone?
It didn't kill someone. But you're far more likely to die in the cars we're driving right now than you are a Tesla because it has avoidance features and it can predict crashes before they happen. And
right.
You
know what's even safer?
Safe. What?
Just staying in a dark room and never leaving.
But then you die of starvation.
No, you can get Uber Eats or something. Postmates. Have food delivered to you. Just
That's
never
pretty
go
safe.
into the real world and you will be safe.
Isn't there a SpongeBob episode like that?
Yeah, he's like, I've got all my friends here.
Penny! You remember that?
Yeah, Napkin and Chip. That was a good episode.
Wow. I'm amazed you remember all that stuff. Also, Teslas don't get termites.
Yeah, that's true. And hey, our termites are kind of gone, right?
I haven't seen them for a while.
But
as Ninja says, I'm not seeing much movement.
That was so awkward.
It was. I kind of live for that. I love that.
If I was there, I'd be like, yeah, Ninja.
You'd be flossing?
Yeah.
Okay.
Because if no one else is going to do it, I'll do it.
It was like midnight raining in Times Square.
Yeah, everyone looked
tired.
miserable.
Everyone wanted to die. They were like, oh, God, why did we go to Times Square? Does that sound fun to you? Would you do that?
Low-key, I kind of want to.
Really?
Yeah.
You're not usually the kind to stay up super late, though.
Well, let's see. The New Year's of 2017, like the day before we started dating, me and my dad we were in Australia. And we went to Sydney, like by the harbor.
Yeah.
And like where the opera house is. And there are literally like probably 3 million people.
Oof.
Okay, maybe I'm exaggerating a little bit, but there was a ton of people on New Year's, and we were all crowded, like pushed up against the fence and like watching the fireworks. And like it's a crazy experience, but it's not something I do often. So
no.
It's like, yeah, I'd want to do that at least once.
Okay. To me, it just sounds like a nightmare of parking, and then.
Well, most people walk. You don't really
from
drive.
Where?
From the subway station. Like you take the subway, like you walk to the subway, take the subway to another location, then walk to your location.
Yeah, I'd be tired. There's like no way to sit down.
Walking's good for you, honey.
I know it's good for you, but like at midnight in the rain, when everyone's screaming.
Yeah, that's true.
It's not my
I will
cup of
give
tea.
you a piggyback ride. Don't worry.
Okay. Thank
I'm
you.
very strong.
Thank you for the super chat, Nathan, who says, I
I
love your
think it's
video.
pronounced Nathan.
Nathan.
That's like a strange way, a different way
Mm-hmm.
of spelling Nathan with an E at the end. Also, Daniel's in the chat. Hey, Daniel.
Oh, hey. Daniel Holloway, how's it
We
going?
hope you're doing well.
Good to hear from you again.
Trusted Texan says, yeehaw. Yeehaw.
I don't have a hat, but I'll try.
I should have brought. It's literally in the car. Can I just go
No,
run?
it's fine.
You can
I'll be
keep them
fine
company
without
for
it.
2 minutes.
I've been live all day. Don't leave me, honey. I don't want to be alone with them.
Yes,
They
but we
mock
can be
me.
matching.
Y'all are
Okay, you
mean.
guys vote in the chat. Should I go get the matching hat? Oh,
Okay,
someone
they have
says
to
you should
decide.
do a water review.
Oh, I think I briefly talked about that on food, about reviewing water. Mm-hmm. Just legit for the meme. Not really because I have much to say on it, but
Well, all we have access to is really just tap water, right? I don't want
Yeah.
to pay for bottled
no,
water.
I don't either.
Too cheap for that.
Let's not do that.
Also, everyone's saying yes, I should get it.
Oh, God.
And
For Pete's sake.
Ben says I will come back to the room and it will be on fire.
Okay.
He's saying I shouldn't trust you.
Okay. They're
Okay.
all on your side. Go
I'll be
ahead.
back. Put
Okay,
it on
we're
your...
gonna. Okay, when you get back, we're gonna talk about 90 Day though.
Okay, put it on your angle.
Okay, we're on my angle. Don't. She's got to jump over all these wires. Unplugs everything. Oh no. Okay. Have you seen everything Apple Pro going to the dark side? Android. Lol. What's your view? I talked about it on the tech stream a bit. I don't believe him. I think he's going to switch back in about 2 weeks because I've noticed that in order to get into the Samsung events and in order to test the phones early, Samsung's requiring people to make videos that are kind of specifically titled like, I'm switching to the S10. They probably asked him to do that, and they're giving him models to like drop test and stuff. So knowing that, I think he's doing it because Samsung asked him to. I don't think he's doing it because he wanted to. It also, most of his videos are like iOS tiny updates, and once he figures out like 2 months into the Samsung phone's life cycle, he's going to realize these don't get that many updates, and he's not going to be able to get that much content like he did out of them. So yeah, I don't buy it. But anyway, whoa, you're back.
I am
That was
back and I'm out of
amazingly fast.
breath
You tired?
because I work out once every fortnight.
That was beautiful. I love you so much.
I love you too. And actually, I was lying. I work out maybe like once every 5 months. I
Once
worked
every
out
5
last
years.
week.
You did. How was your
I tried to do-
experience at the gym?
It's stressful. I don't like
Really?
people watching me do physical exercise, but yeehaw, nice. You look good in the hat.
I look like a redneck.
Why is your head so big?
I know. I'm not.
Squish
good
it
at
down
wearing hats.
further.
My melon's too huge. I can't.
You got such a big melon here. Maybe this one's bigger. You want to try this one?
Now I look like I work in the field.
Try this one. Maybe
Is
this
it
is.
bigger?
I don't know.
I don't think it is. I think they're
Just
the same
switch.
size. Okay. Sorry, audio listeners. I'm sure this is fascinating. No,
Kind
it's-
of.
Feels like the same to me. But
Does it?
anywho, looking like
So what were you talking about?
Moto
With
that
that.
head on.
Isn't he thick?
Mm-hmm.
I
He'd
like
be
him thick.
I don't think I've ever seen Drew wear a hat before.
Really?
Well, congratulations, because
He looks good in hats.
we're mixing it. I don't like most hats are too
You-
small.
That green hat we have,
Yeah,
you look like a movie director when you wear it for
Really?
some reason, or like an undercover actor.
I want to look
So
like.
I'm
a
just
movie
trying to
director.
look normal in public. So I put on this hat.
I want like a branded hat that I would support, like Apple or Tesla or Tailosive hat. I need something.
You
like
should
that.
get wait, does Teespring sell that?
I don't know. Maybe they do. I haven't looked, but they could. Tech video with the hat on the whole time.
Oh my gosh.
That would be kind of
A
great.
cowboy theme hour.
Yeah. I would like that.
You should do it. I bet you could use these in Saturday shorts. There's so many things you can do with these hats.
Or is it? We got to film a short tomorrow. I don't know what it's going to be yet. I'm still brainstorming ideas.
Mm-hmm.
We just got to get Ross in it somehow. Hope you guys enjoyed hearing Ross. He was kind of fun to talk to.
Yeah.
acts so different on podcasts. Do you notice
Right?
that?
Yeah, in real life, he's usually quiet in front of me. And you and him just like make sounds at each other
Right, we do
or
the
talk
nonstop
in
references.
references. So that was interesting that he was talking so deeply about one subject. I was like, wow, I've
Right.
never seen this side of you.
Yeah. He just completely changed once we went live. Sometimes it can be difficult when we're trying to arrange things with that communication style he has, because like sometimes I'll tell him like, hey, can you come over at this time, or like we're going to watch a movie tonight. So I was like, hey, do you want to come over at this time? And he just responds with a reference. And I'm like, is that a yes or a no?
What was
And
the
then
reference?
I don't even remember. It was something like, give me some of that web action. Or I don't know. Something from Spider-Man. And I don't know what that means. And then he just shows up at the office when I'm live. And I'm like, oh, I can't.
Was this today?
Yeah. And I'm like, I can't talk now. I mean.
He didn't know what time.
Well, I told him what time. I was like, can you make it at 5:30? And he didn't tell me yes or no. And then he shows up whenever. He's kind of on island time. You know what I mean? Like,
He's from Las Vegas.
I know, but
Shouldn't he be on Vegas time?
Well, what happens in Vegas stays in Vegas.
Clearly not, because Ross is here. He happened in Vegas.
He happened there. But no, like I told him like, well, I can't hang out now. I'm live. I'm working. You know, I'm in the middle of something right now, and I've got a bunch of people watching. And then he was like, okay, I'll come back later. And I'm like, well, no, come when I told you the time, you know, like
Right.
stick to the schedule, because we're working too. But anyhow.
I guess he's just
still
not like
fun.
that.
Nah, he kind of likes to go at his own pace.
He's
He was
a
always like
rolling
that.
stone.
Yeah, he was always like that growing up. He was typically like that. But anywho, Ross was surprising, informative, and entertaining. Oh, good, good. Glad to hear that. And yes, I have the hat. Anyway, I wanted to chat with you about 90 Day, because we have plunged ourselves into the 90 Day Fiancé cinematic universe.
Oh, goodness. There's like so many spin-off shows from the OG show.
So what have we watched so far?
So we watched 90 Day Fiancé, 90 Day Fiancé before the 90 days.
Which is just basically people meeting each other.
Right.
That's not
It's like
even,
I have this
has nothing to do
person
with,
I talk to in another country. I'm going to go visit them. But there's no real like commitment yet.
Right.
And then
before the 90 days is just awkward people meeting each other. That's another name for that
Right.
show.
We've
Yeah.
been dating for 2 months, so I'm going to go to the Philippines and ask her to marry me.
And then I kind of liked, I think you could go further with this universe. Okay.
Well, there's still one more show. The
Yeah.
one that we're watching right now. 90 Day Fiancé after Happily Ever After.
Right. Question mark? Because it actually, I think I'm enjoying Happily Ever After the most, because you get to go back and see couples from earlier seasons.
And see where they are now.
And most of the time they're not doing great, which is kind of interesting. But
Shocking. So surprised.
rushing marriages is a bad idea? Oh my God.
Right.
But yeah, no, I thought the after the first show was more interesting, because you can see how these married couples aren't really working out, particularly the Danielle one.
Oh, Danielle and Mohammed.
They're
Well,
like the star of that show.
they haven't been doing well this whole time.
No, they've kind of been falling apart in the first show and then in the follow-up show.
Right. And
But-
he's using her, and it's so frustrating for her to fall for it. It's like, how do you not see this guy is so manipulative?
Right. It's such a complicated timeline, too. They went from, okay, where is Mohammed from again?
Tunisia, which is a
Mohammed-
country on the northern coast of Africa.
Okay, so Mohammed's from Tunisia. We got that. And he gets on the K1 visa. They've been texting with
Right.
Danielle for a long time. And then he flies over. Relationship goes horribly.
Right.
But they still get married, technically.
And he doesn't even kiss her.
When-
Like
on the-
after
on
they
the
get
wedding
married,
day.
he's like, it's for my religion in this month. I cannot kiss. Sure.
We're like, yeah, that's why
I
you
bet if
can't
she
do
was
it.
like a hot 24-year-old girl, he would have kissed her.
Yeah, that probably was part of it. But it felt like he was using that as an excuse a lot of the time. But then, obviously, like, after they get married, he leaves almost immediately. Like, the day after they get married, he just takes off, and she doesn't know where he is. And
For
then,
like 6 days. Then
right.
comes back.
And then 2 years go by, and then we're watching their couple now, and he's, like, abandoned her.
Yeah, because he got his green card. That's what he wanted. Then he finds this girl, Louisa, and she's like, hey, do you want to move to Miami with me? And she's this, like, blonde, like, really pretty, but, like, what do they have in common?
I don't know. I think she wanted to be on TV.
Yeah.
That's my prediction, is that she saw him on
That's
Facebook
true.
and said, ooh, if I can get with this guy, I'll be on a TV show. And she's right. She got it. And now, with this Happily Ever After edition, all of the social media impacts is changing the dynamic of the show. So now there's
Because Danielle's constantly looking like, oh, now he's here. Now he's with this chick.
Right. And so he went to Miami to be with Louisa.
Yeah.
They fall apart. They start arguing after 2 days.
Literally, like, he is so toxic with everyone. Like, he has an expiration date of like 3 days with any woman he meets.
He can fall in love with someone like that and then
also fall out of love.
And fall out of love instantly. Just back and forth and back and forth and back and forth.
And
really
it was so
quickly.
awkward. Do you remember the hotel scene?
Yes.
So they got a hotel room because they just moved to Miami and they didn't have like a place to live yet. And they're like, oh, there's only one bed. I guess you're sleeping on the floor. Or and then Louisa was like, I'll sleep on this side and you sleep on the complete opposite side. Like, sure, that's going to happen.
Yeah, that's what's going on. But no.
Yeah.
And then
I'm pretty sure he was cheating.
It is quite obvious because anytime they said they were just friends, he would just bust out in laughter. And they intentionally left that in, which I really appreciate because while it's like it's a cliche, stereotypical TLC show that's kind of generic in a lot of ways, the producers and editors know exactly what cringe to spice the content with. And I like cringe. I like cringy content.
Me too.
And
I like awkwardness. I love when they leave like 2 minutes of silence and people are just looking at each other like.
Right. And the editors on that show know exactly what they're doing. They're just like, oh, leave that in. You know that really awkward line of dialogue? Let's put that like 80 times, and we'll just play it over and over again. And I kind of dig it. I respect their cringe factor. It's a 100% cringe effect. And so they break up, and then Mohammed has nowhere to go, so he goes back to Ohio to be with Danielle again, or to tell Danielle to not annul the marriage.
Right.
And
so with the annulment, he can get deported.
Right.
So he convinces her to get a divorce instead.
For like no reason too.
Right.
That was the dumbest part. Is he was
like he convinced her that they could still be friends if they got divorced. But obviously, as soon as she pulled annulment, he was out of there.
I've heard a lot of great friendships start with divorce.
Right. People stick together after divorce. It's true.
A divorce can really bring people together. It makes no sense. But she fell for him. Like, she was completely brainwashed. She could not
it's so
see
sad.
through the fact that, like, hey, he's using you. And she had nothing to gain from the divorce opposed to the annulment.
I think she's just a little desperate. And like on one side of me, like I feel bad for her and I pity her, and then the other side, I'm like, how can you be so stupid?
Right. Yeah, and then
even
so
her kids, her kids are trying
like,
to convince her like this is bad.
That should be a wake up call. If your kids are like, we're gonna leave you if you get with this guy, like that should be like oh crap, let's not do that. But she was completely brainwashed by this guy and was convinced that they were somehow going to work things out via divorce.
Yeah. Whoever
and
convinced
become
her
friends. That was ridiculous. So yeah, then he gets the divorce. Again, his counter argument as someone who like debates for a living. You know, I do a lot of arguing, as you know, in my career.
We should reenact this.
Okay.
So can I? You should be Mohammed.
Okay.
Probably.
Danielle, we
can't.
The hats just make this all the better. No, I'm gonna try. Okay.
Okay.
You gotta do your best Danielle impression.
I can't believe you. What did she say? Why would you
Wait
do
till the
it
day of the
wedding?
We're being so disrespectful.
Yeah. Sorry, Danielle, if you ever watch
But
this.
they got paid. They're fine. They got money
Muhammad
out of this.
didn't. They don't pay the
Oh, yeah.
foreigners because it's illegal for them to work in the U.S.
Well, he got the green card, so he got what he wanted. But
True.
regardless, he's basically just
Okay,
says,
go ahead. Reenact it.
Danielle, we need to talk about the divorce.
Well, I think we need to talk about everything. Sorry, I don't know what
You
happened.
mean the annulment?
The annulment?
If
She was so smug when she said that.
You do not own this country.
You do
You
not
do
have
not
the...
have the keys to America. It is not your house. You don't decide who comes and goes. And they just fight back and forth about this endlessly.
Yeah.
They like argue, and then she cries, and then she goes away. And then a day goes by. They come back, and they argue the exact same points. That's what I noticed, is like word for word. They brought up the exact same points over again. Then she cries and then leaves. And then by the end of it, she just agrees to the divorce. But for what does she gain out of that?
Nothing.
The annulment would have got him out of the country. And she, like, for a time wanted to have, like, revenge on him. Do you think she should have done that?
Yeah, not just out of revenge, but the fact that the marriage was fraudulent. He was never in love with her. We knew that from the start. He was using her just to stay in this country. So, yeah, in that case, she definitely should have had the marriage annulled versus just a divorce.
Just as kind of like a,
Slap to
hey,
his face.
you screwed me, I'm going to screw you.
Yeah,
know?
plus
like,
you can't take advantage of this country. How dare you?
Yeah, I really, really cheated her out of that situation. But anywho, he gets the divorce from Danielle, then travels back to Florida where he met with Louisa, except now he's meeting with a different girl.
Right, there's two new girls.
He's like, what's her name? Gracias or something? I don't know.
Gracias. He's like, I met this chick at a mall.
I met this chick. We started messing each other. We're not dating, but we're in a good friendship.
Right, he says that about everyone. She's a good friend.
She's a good friend of mine. We've been texting. And I'm like, how many people is this guy texting?
I know.
He's got friends in every place. He can just go wherever he needs to because must be a sweet talker.
Yeah, I think he definitely has charisma, and women are beguiled by him.
I guess. And it works. It works well because he got friends to help him stay in Miami like twice now. Two separate friends.
He doesn't fool me though.
No.
Like
the show paints
he
him
has
in bad
snake
light.
eyes.
Yeah. He's not fooling well, good. They can't take advantage of you.
Right.
That won't happen.
Some people here are confused about what we're talking about.
We're talking about 90 Day Fiancé.
Imagine
this is like
we just talk about this for an hour without saying the name of the show.
Right. No, it's an interesting show, I must add. Like I don't usually watch content like this, but it's drama that's real enough and fake enough that I can follow it.
Yeah.
So, and again, I like the cringe, and there's lots of it.
Yeah.
And
you and I just mostly make fun of it while we're watching.
We're gonna run out pretty soon. We're gonna run
Honestly,
out of
that's a
episodes.
good thing. We need a break from TV. I feel like my brain is fried from all this show that we're watching. We should
There's too much
delete.
TV.
Let's delete our Hulu subscription for like 3 months.
Really?
Yeah.
You're done with
And
Hulu?
snap back to reality. Oh, mom spaghetti.
No Survivor?
Well, we watched one season, but I don't know. I feel like it's not that interesting after you've watched one.
Well, you started watching season
34.
Oh my god!
But it was all like a bunch of winners were already in it. So it's like, what's the point of me watching those seasons if I know who's going to win?
Yeah, it's kind of a spoiler if you start at the end.
Well, that's my fault, I guess.
Don't you think a good finale would be the host goes on?
Yeah.
Did you like that?
But do you think they would let him win just because they like him?
I'd probably vote him off like immediately. But
Really?
I think that'd add to the fun.
Maybe he's a good fisherman, though. They can't let go of his skill.
They've done it before. They don't let people die on the show, so what are you gonna do?
True.
I guess the food thing is just like diversity in the meals on that show. Like you're gonna eat regardless. You're gonna eat something. It's just, are you gonna eat rice or are you gonna eat something tasty.
I feel like
Who knows?
I would end up eating rice.
This nonstop rice.
Purely by choice, I love rice. As long as it has like spices in it.
True. Please. Yeah, thank you. What are people talking about the quality? We're streaming at the normal quality we always stream at, so I'm not sure if something's wrong with your internet or ours, but we're on 0 frames dropped, so we should be good in that department.
Is there anything else you can check to make sure it's working?
Well, there is, but I can't change anything right now, so. Oh, well.
Someone said, oh, I guess I should say his name, CCC.
Oh, okay.
You know what is a menace to society? Girl Scouts. I'm not trying to buy cookies, but how the beep can you tell them
without feeling
like Satan? Bruh, sound effect number 3.
Bruh.
How can you hate Girl Scout cookies? Those are so good.
I just never have cash on me. Do you ever buy Girl Scout cookies?
No, I don't think I've ever bought a box. I've only eaten other people's Girl Scout cookies.
But you just said, how can you not buy Girl Scout
No, I said,
cookies?
how could you not like?
Oh.
There's a difference.
No,
like and buy.
I haven't really tried that many, but the one we tried at your friend's house the other night,
those
were delicious.
I think those are tagalongs. Or tagalogs.
Maybe I liked them because that's what I was. I was a tagalong.
Yeah.
I was just kind of there.
You're like
I didn't
seventh wheeling.
Yeah. What game were we playing that night? That was fun.
It was called Quiplash or something.
There's a type of game that's called Jackbox.
Oh, Jackbox.
Jackbox.tv. It's when everyone like connects to the TV on their phone and everyone plays the game via the browser on their phone.
And there's one called like Emotions or something, or Hidden Gestures.
Right.
Like the one where you have to lie. I don't like that one. It stresses me out.
Yeah, there were a lot of difficult ones on there.
Oh yeah, Kahoot is one of them.
Oh, okay, yeah. Kahoot's kind of like one of the OG versions of that.
Is it not part of Jackbox?
Maybe it is. It could be. It's kind of interesting because I don't go to a lot of parties, but when we do, they usually play those.
I like how you keep saying that's a party. That was like all of us sitting around eating snacks.
Oh, I'm sorry. What's a party to you? What's the definition? Like,
I don't know.
To me, that's as
dancing,
party as
music.
Dancing's
weird.
Difficult.
Why?
Well, see,
you sway with like your.
I noticed the same. You sway with your drink.
Yeah.
The thing I've noticed with like parties that want to do dancing or clubbing, you know, we've gone to like a club before.
Like clubbing Baby Seals?
Where we go dance. What did you just say?
That's my favorite type of clubbing.
You club Baby Seals?
No. Why would you say that?
Because you said it. I'm quoting you.
You guys can't prove nothing.
No, they can't. It's going to be like Elon Musk and Deere. It's going to be some scandal.
No. There's no scandal.
But what I normally notice with dancing at parties or at clubs is that a few people want to do it, but they want everyone to do it. So anyone who dances constantly tries to get other people to dance. And those people that they're trying to get to dance are not dancing for a reason. Mm-hmm. So what happens is you get people dance for a couple minutes and then they're constantly like grabbing other people and pulling them in like, you do it too.
Like they do
I'm not weird.
They do the lasso or the fish hook like, hey, I caught ya.
Right. Like, come on. I'm not alone in this.
Right.
So.
But honestly, that's me though.
Really?
Like all the parties, the dances we've been to, I'm always the one that's like pulling you out there.
I know.
But you love to dance.
Partially. I do. No,
are you really?
No, I'm not saying it's a bad thing. I'm just saying I used to be the guy who refused to dance at weddings and parties and stuff like that because I think that's most people, particularly guys and teenagers. They're like, no, I don't like attracting.
That makes me sad.
Why?
We didn't dance at our own wedding.
Yeah, but that was for a good reason. It was toxic outside.
We could have danced inside.
On the rug.
Well, we did dance in the kitchen.
That's
I think
true.
That night.
And we've done plenty of dancing, the two of us. But what I was going to say was when I was younger, I didn't want attention brought to myself, so I never danced. I never went on the dance floor, and you're kind of similar to my sisters and my mom. They would always try to get other people like, come on.
Really? Emily's like that? I feel like she's more shy.
Maybe more Abby than Emily and my mom. But they always would try to get everyone on the dance floor because they don't want to be alone, and they're always trying to entice people. Come on, and we'd be like, no, I don't want to go on the dance floor. But then I realized, at my young age, when
A
I was
tender
in the
age of
7th grade or something,
okay.
I was like, why do I not want to dance?
Yeah.
What's the reasoning?
It's free expression.
Mm-hmm.
It's
But I asked myself why, and I realized it's because I don't want attention brought to myself.
You're afraid of what other people will think of you.
Yeah. And then it hit me. I had an epiphany.
Mm-hmm.
And I went, not dancing attracts more attention. The lighting's freaking out on the camera. I'm sorry. Weird.
Is it because of the hat?
No, it's just the wheel on the top's broken. We got more cameras on the way. Not dancing means you get more attention because people are asking you to dance.
Mm-hmm.
So in return, to get less attention on you, it's smarter to dance.
Right.
Don't dance like crazy unless you want to. I mean, you can if you want to. If you want to attract more attention to yourself, you can.
Who are you
wild.
kidding? You danced crazy.
Well,
do you remember the dances we went to? You were like busting a groove.
Busting a groove.
Or whatever the phrase is.
Right.
And I remember like so many people were watching you. Okay, there was this.
This was years after.
It was a
this
homecoming dance at my school. Like after a football game, you came with me. Mm-hmm. And like literally no one knew you.
Yeah.
And you just.
I wasn't supposed to be there either. You
I know. Yeah.
But here's the thing. We weren't dating at the time.
Yes.
I was trying to impress you. That can come out now. I can say that. The other reason I was crazy at your dance was because I knew no one there.
So you weren't afraid of what they thought.
I was like, no one here is going to see me again. And potentially you might not see me again if you hated my dancing enough. So I was
No, I found it endearing.
I was like, look, if I can impress Louise in any possible way, I will just dance like crazy, and all the people here, I don't know them. Opposed to weddings are different, and my school dances are different because I know the people there. Mm-hmm. But I just realized at that young age when I was at one of my cousin's weddings that I was attracting more attention to myself by not dancing. So I realized if I just dance, it's going to be okay. I would attract less attention. I didn't have to dance like crazy, but as long as I was out on the floor doing this, getting to the rhythm, being in a little circle of family and friends dancing around, no one's really talking to me. They're all like, oh, good. And then they focus on other people who aren't dancing. And I'm like, no one's looking. I
feel like there could be an analogy in this. And like, if you're a weird person or something about like being a conformist.
If you're a weird
Like it's, I don't know. What's a good analogy for this? Like in real life.
If you can't beat them, join them.
Kind of.
Like, I can't stop people from asking me to dance at dances, but they will stop asking me if I just do it. So in return, that results in less attention brought towards me. As in you kind of blend into the crowd a tad more. So now, anytime we go to a club or anytime we go dancing, I do it. Because I don't want to be the guy that goes,
right.
No, I don't dance. No,
that's good. I like that about you.
Thank you.
When we went on one of the videos I posted on the Ericksons, I posted a clip of us at like a bar. It was a company event that we went to.
Oh, that was fun. That was good. All
I
the
liked
free
it.
Food and stuff.
Yeah, free drinks, free food.
Yeah.
And music.
It was packed.
I remember you and I were dancing, and then the rest it was just like mostly girls, and then all the guys were kind of like on the sides. And one of my guy coworkers comes over to me. He's like, you're really lucky. Like most guys would not dance. I was like, I know I'm lucky. Yeah. Did I never tell you this?
I don't remember that.
He literally said like,
that's nice.
Like you're different. Like most guys wouldn't dance for their wives.
Well, I guess life's a little different now as a husband because now I'm like,
you don't have to impress me anymore.
I don't have to impress you, and I got you already. But
wow.
No, now I
am I a fish on a hook?
Now my job is to please you as much as I can.
Oh, I like that.
So,
Your job is to please me.
In other words, I'm not trying to attract anyone else, which means that if you, my wife, my one and only, my other half, if you want me to dance, then that will be my sole purpose in life at that moment, will be to dance. It doesn't matter, because if there's other girls at the party, I don't care what they think, because they're not mine. So if they think I'm weird or they think I'm embarrassing, it doesn't matter. As long as you think I'm doing good, then we're in the clear.
Why are you so cute? I'm like blushing.
Oh, good. I can cut away from you if you want.
Okay.
Can we zoom in on that?
No. That's really sweet.
Oh,
Thank you.
God.
What's my purpose in life then? To just make you do stuff for me?
No, you're doing great. I love being married to you. It's awesome.
I love being married to you.
I like not being lonely anymore. I don't have to worry about that.
You were never lonely, hun.
There were times I was lonely growing up before I was married. Yeah.
That makes me sad. It's weird. I was never lonely before we started dating, before we got married. And now...
now you get lonely easily.
Whenever you're gone, I feel lonely.
Yeah.
And it's like a double-edged sword a little bit. But
it is.
Thankfully, we're not away from each other for too long.
I'm kind of like, I respect the military, and I thank Ross for his service, but at the same time, I'm so glad for the sake of our marriage that I'm not in the military.
Yeah.
If you've heard some of those stories of what happens to married guys in the military and how that getting deployed like affects their marriage, it's heartbreaking to hear what happens.
Well, it's not really their faults either. Usually it's like either the lack of commitment or they just chose the wrong person.
Right.
Because there are people who can remain committed despite the distance.
Yeah, like my Aunt Ellie. She has a really sad story with her and her husband, Ben, who they got married and then he left for
like 4 years.
4 years after they were married, and they could only communicate via letters.
And she talks about him so tenderly, so clearly.
Right.
Like,
still to this day, she talks about how much
he's gone, right?
Yeah, he's long gone. He died.
But she still loves him so much.
Ago. Yeah, it's a really sweet relationship they had.
That's relationship goals.
They got married when they were like, what?
17.
17. Oh, my God.
Really young.
How's that legal?
Someone asked how long we've been together.
Relationship?
How many days? How many minutes?
We're past 90 days married, right?
Yes, that's true.
We were married November 11th last year, and we've not been divorced yet.
Someone said,
even though...
if you want to have a better friendship with me, all you have to do is divorce me.
Yeah, that's what Mohammed said.
Oh,
you can
that's
become
so
good
dumb.
friends if you divorce.
Mattis asks, what do you guys think about the BMW i3? I don't know what that means.
Me neither.
I drove a BMW. It was as old as me. And now it's burnt to a crisp.
You know, it's kind of a weird technological fact about our Hyundai.
What?
It came out the year the iPhone did.
2007?
Yeah. That was the year the OG iPhone came out. Isn't it right
over
there?
Oh my goodness. It's the alien car.
Oh, I hate that car. We laugh every time we see it.
Oh my gosh.
I mean, we don't hate it. We laugh at it.
Yeah, it's so ridiculous looking.
I think it's like a car that looks like aliens tried to make a car. Aliens were like, we can be humans.
Yeah.
It just looks
I remember
so
we were
weird.
driving through San Francisco and there's so many of these.
I remember your dad was like, oh my God, those things are weird. I don't know if you guys
can see it. It's like the ugliest
like
design.
Yeah. It's like a car in a bus had a child.
Kind of.
Doesn't know what it is.
And those wheels too. They have the fattest, like, what are those called? Spokes?
Yeah.
Rims?
Rims.
Fattest. Got fat rims.
They're like asymmetrical on the back too.
Oh yeah,
like
the windows.
Bizarre.
I think they like that movie Tron too much.
Yeah, they were trying to make a Tron car. What did you roast, Sup? Drew resisting the urge to default dance 24/7.
What is that? Default dance?
Like Fortnite default dance. I don't know. You'll have to paste your roasts again if I miss them. Anyways.
It's an electric car.
Okay.
Someone said.
That doesn't make it better. It's still ugly.
Hey, not all right. There are some actually good-looking electric cars.
I mean, just get a Tesla, people. Why do you need competition at this point? Just get a Tesla. I'm gonna get a shirt that says that.
Just get a Tesla?
Just get a Tesla. You don't need to investigate the competition. Tesla knows what they're doing. They've been in this business longer than anyone else. They've revolutionized the electric car business.
Wait, I thought Priuses were.
They're not electric. They're hybrid.
But were they
here?
here? Were they invented before Tesla existed?
Well, hybrids have been around for a long time, but they're not the same thing at all. Very
Do they have
different
Priuses
car.
that aren't hybrids? Like purely electric?
I don't think so. I think all Priuses are hybrids. And the electric only works in very low speeds. Like, I think you have to be under 15 miles an hour or something. Like, so the majority of the time a Prius works with a gas engine. That's most of it. It's just the tiny electric motor works for low speed stuff.
Oh.
It doesn't really do much. And having a gas engine, you still have to have a gas engine. So you're still paying for gas. It helps with mileage and stuff. But yeah, designing a car that's purely electric is like totally different. I don't think the Prius charges. I don't think you like plug it in when you get one.
I think it's the gas that charges the battery or something.
The brake.
The brake.
Like when you coast and you push on the brake, the coasting of the wheels recharges it or something
I'll
like
look
that.
it up.
I know Teslas do that to a certain extent. Like if you drive downhill for a really long time on a Tesla, you'll gain battery back, which is kind of interesting. You could charge your car by going downhill.
Oh, you're right.
Trippy.
It says the Prius is never plugged in to recharge the battery. Battery charge is maintained by normal driving. This means that it manages the battery charge itself, and it keeps it topped up using power from the gasoline engine and or power recovered during coasting and braking.
Okay.
So that sounds complicated, but
yeah.
that's good.
Yeah, it's somewhat like that. I would be interested in a hybrid, but
You would?
I wouldn't. I would rather just go,
Hey, Bill Burr drives a Prius. What, you don't believe me?
We can model our
Lives.
finances off of Bill Burr.
Hey, he's not doing so bad.
No, he's fine. He's doing good. But I want a Tesla, mostly for the Tesla features. But
tell me what they are. What Tesla features? Like,
I like that the UI is all on a screen.
Go ahead and try to convince me that we should get a Tesla.
Safest car in America.
Says who?
Says most reports, people who...
Specifically, who's reporting this?
American Car Safety Association.
Yeah, right?
What? I've seen this
You're
reported.
making that up.
They auto brake. They can predict crashes before they happen.
I can predict crashes. There's gonna...
Watch this. I'm about to run into that car.
I'm about to hit this pedestrian.
Watch this. See, I called it.
Mm-hmm.
What about a foldable Tesla?
What would that look like?
It is foldable if you slam it into the side of a street post. Yeah, if you Google Tesla prevents crashes, you'll see how many times it avoids it.
How many lives it can save?
They're very hard to steal.
Why?
Because the door handles can't even be grabbed when the car is locked.
For all the models? Or
You can't even grab the doorknobs unless you're near the car.
Well, you can smash the window.
Also, you know how it's cold in the morning?
Mm-hmm.
And
auto defrost?
You want to get in the car and warm up?
Yeah.
With the Tesla, you can turn on the car and have
remotely
the defrosters and warm up the interior before you get in it. So you could start the car before you get out to it, have it all warm up and defrost. That way, when you run out to it, it's already all warm for you. Think about starting your mornings that way.
That sounds pretty nice.
Also imagine with autopilot being able to browse your phone, check email, browse Twitter.
Wait, while driving?
Going to work. Mm-hmm.
That's illegal.
Yeah, but you could do it.
That doesn't mean it's right.
Yeah, but it'll be safe because you'll have autopilot.
Somewhat. Not fully automated.
The car's taking the wheel. It's going. It knows what it's
Yes,
doing.
but if the police is next to me and he just sees me like lean back texting, then he doesn't. I don't think he's gonna care whether I'm driving a Tesla or not.
Well,
like,
given the car's driving itself, you can spend more time looking for cops.
You're ridiculous.
Okay, another good reason to get a Tesla is it leaves the house at 100% because every night you plug it in and charge it.
We don't have a 220 plug outside.
You can
So we'd have to buy a new house.
No, you don't have to buy a new house just to get a 220 outlet. You can have them installed. They're not very complicated.
We should just Uber with Teslas everywhere. It would still be cheaper for like the next 5 years to just Uber Teslas.
Well, if you want to go the loan route, then we could get a Tesla loan because the 35K model, what?
That's like the L word that I don't like.
But you just suggested one.
A loan?
Well, paying for rides over time, you're not buying
That's
a product.
not a loan.
Yeah,
it's
but it's
a
the
service.
same principle. You get to use
not.
the car by paying for it every month, opposed to just buying it outright.
That's like saying, why pay for a hamburger when you can buy a grill and do it yourself? Make your own burger. Right?
No, I
What's
mean like
fart mode? Oh, weren't you telling me about that?
Tesla launched fart mode, which means that you can place a whoopee cushion on one seat in the car.
Just one? Elon, step your game up.
You can do multiple if you want. You can have it so whoever sits on that seat, the stereo will play out a fart sound.
Wow. Is he like 12?
Yes. Elon Musk is 12 years old, officially.
It's like, how can someone be so smart yet like kind of immature?
Right. It's kind of bizarre. To be an engineer, you kind of have to be disconnected from the rest of humanity a little bit. You have to think kind of differently and outside the box. But he likes memes.
Yeah, he's winning in life, definitely.
That's true.
Other than his personal relationships.
Yeah, God, he's been married like how many
5 times? I don't know.
He could be on 90 Day Fiancé.
Oh my gosh, there should be a 90 Day Fiancé celebrity version.
Just
or a
Elon
celebrity
version. I just want to watch a show.
No,
about
I want to see like Elon.
Marriage.
Who else? Who else would be on this version?
Leonardo DiCaprio.
Is
Harrison
he single?
Ford. Probably right now, but I'm sure he's been married like 83 times or something.
Wow. That's weird.
Oh.
Nick said I shouldn't listen to you because you're a madman.
Darn.
Is he talking about Teslas?
I don't know. No, but I'm saying like Tesla leaves the house at 100% every time. Don't you hate going to gas stations where there's weirdos hanging out and people creeping around your car and you have to pull out the pump and unhook the thing? Whereas on a Tesla, it pops up automatically and then you can just slide the charger into it. Boom.
That sounds pretty nice. I actually just got fuel before I came home. And something that ticks me off so much is when I put my card in and it's not a debit card, it always asks for my zip code.
Yeah.
And I've moved so many times that I can't keep track of all the zip
don't know
codes.
which zip code it's asking for.
Right. So then I put in like a zip code from like a place I lived in a year ago and it says it's wrong. It says see cashier. I'm like, are you serious? So then I had to like take the thing out of the car, then reset it, and then try a different zip code. And it's like, just take my card. Like, what? How is this a good verification process? Someone could just say, okay, we're in this zip code, and then type that number in. It's like, why does it matter?
Yo, I don't understand why they ask for that.
And
I still don't get
I
it.
think it's a recent thing because I don't remember ever being bothered with this like years ago.
Yeah, it's usually a gas station thing, I've noticed. But yeah, having the option to never go to a gas station again, that sounds nice.
But what about all the snacks and the Slurpees?
You can still do that.
Yeah, but you still have to go to a gas station to do that.
Yeah. But you can go to
You just
like,
said never go to a gas station again.
I mean, you can go to like a nice grocery store. Go to like a
What nice grocery store has Slurpees? That's right. You're
No, I'm
incorrect.
saying I don't have to go to a gas station parking lot every so often to fill up my car. Whereas now, I don't have the choice. I have to go. If I suddenly get the urge for snacks, I can do it whenever I want. But
Yeah.
a Tesla chargers on the grid, the supercharge stations are free to use for I think like the first 6 months or something.
That's it.
Then they charge you for them, but I know they're not as much as gas.
Right. Until they have monopoly on.
They basically do.
Well, I'm saying like once, because I feel like gas cars are going to become obsolete at some point. I don't know if it's in 30 years, 50 years, 100 years. But
I say 50.
Once these electric car companies have monopoly on, I don't know, charging stations or whatever, then they can charge whatever price they want. So I think it's because we have options that it's cheap at the moment.
It's true, but most of the time you'll be charging it at home anyway.
Yeah.
In the first place. Unless you're on road trips and stuff, then you'll use the charge stations. But
you could bring your own battery. Like plug your car into your battery pack.
Generator in the trunk. And have it plug in to the Tesla. There, it's a gas powered.
Didn't they try doing like a solar powered car, but it didn't work?
The solar is so inefficient, you can't.
What if it was the entire car?
Yeah, that's what it was.
Oh.
It was like the entire car. It looked like a flying saucer.
Really?
And there was like a tiny seat in the middle.
Oh, I want to see that.
Oh, it looked so ugly. It was like that tall.
Was it boxy or round?
No, it was like a UFO. It was really round. It had solar like on every square inch and these tiny like shopping cart wheels. And then he sits in the middle like a little alien. That little,
shopping cart
little
wheels.
glass globe. He sits in the middle and it goes like 30 miles an hour.
Oh, goodness.
And yeah. It was...
Do you remember when we went to that airplane museum in San Francisco and they had that UFO looking thing?
Yeah.
And it could lift up like from the ground, hover.
Right.
It was like a first generation hover plane or something.
Right.
And it could lift up like 5 feet. But it looked really weird.
Right.
It looked like an alien pod for one person.
No. As a tech person, it annoys the crap out of me how often people don't understand solar technology.
Wow.
And how...
I feel hurt. I'm sorry, I don't know everything about solar technology.
No, I wasn't talking about you specifically. I mean, like, there are people who are like, I'm like, what do you think the next big thing in phones are? And they're like, solar. You put solar panels on the back of the phone, it charges.
Is there a way that heat can charge something? Because you know how you keep your phone in your pocket and it gets really hot. Imagine if that charged it while your butt was keeping it warm.
I think there's ways. I think I've heard of watches that do that. There's a few watches I've read that,
like body heat,
that use your body heat to power themselves.
Ooh, that sounds kind of cool.
But I know it's not very efficient, so they can't do it on very high-powered devices. So a phone or a tablet wouldn't work, or a laptop probably wouldn't work for body heat and stuff like that. But
something small.
Something small like a watch is super low-powered.
When are like watch rings gonna come out? Like a watch
rings? What do you mean?
A watch for your finger.
Oh.
Like a very tiny, teeny, tiny watch.
I haven't heard of that.
You could just like.
Did you see that?
What time is it? I don't know. That sounds like a cool idea. But the technology probably isn't small enough.
Probably not ready yet, but I could see it.
Like imagine the internet on your ring. And you could like browse Twitter.
You could get good eyes for this kind of stuff. You have to wear
This is for young people
glasses.
only.
Yeah, this will be the new thing.
All right.
We'll take pictures like this.
Yeah. No, you'd have to do it like this because the screen would be here.
Well, Renee Ritchie talked about how he thinks in the future there will just be a bunch of panels that your AR glasses put displays on, and then all your computer parts are just in something small like a marble, or I said a ring. So, like, you just wear this ring.
You could use that as a cursor.
And, well, there's not even a user interface on it. Just your processor, your storage, everything's so tiny.
Wow.
They can fit it on the ring, and then it's just working via Bluetooth with your glasses to project things on. You just have, like, a sheet of glass or metal, and the glasses project a screen onto the metal. There's your phone. You scroll through it. And then you have a bigger sheet of metal for your iPad, and the glasses project the screen onto it.
Is he saying this is real? Or
he's saying this is where we'll be someday. You know, like
that's pretty out there.
When tech gets small enough, it's all theoretically possible because technology, processors, it's gotten smaller and smaller and smaller. Makes sense that it would keep doing that. And AR is on the brink of mainstream. We're not there yet, but it's getting there.
I saw a couple people asking about when the next Ericsson video will be posted.
Oh.
And I apologize in advance, guys.
Give her a break.
Drew and I will try to film something. Like, if it was just me filming and, like, doing everything, then I probably could like be more consistent with it.
Mm-hmm.
But finding time where both you and I are free is a lot more difficult.
Well, and you got to be realistic too, because you're between job positions right now, and they're making her work 9 days straight. So when they do that, it's kind of much to ask her to
and we have
make
friends in
videos on the
town,
side
so
too. Yeah, we got friends in town, and we're trying to spend time with them while they're here. And
so basically, I'm just a bad person. I apologize.
you're not a bad person. Just saying, there's a lot of stuff going on in her life, and she's working on tons of stuff. So give her time, peeps. Give her time.
Julian asks, why are we wearing hats? Care to explain?
Oh, I just realized that's there. Holy crap. How did that get
They
there?
just appeared on our heads.
No, what hats? What are you talking about?
We're not wearing hats. Are you wearing a hat?
Mm-mm. They're just crazy. Speaking of time, though, we need to wrap up.
Yes.
Because we got to get going.
We're going to watch
Incredibles 2. Because Ross hasn't seen it yet.
And I haven't seen it yet.
Oh, great.
And we're going to have pizza.
Yes.
What kind of pizza?
Pretzel crust pizza.
From our sponsors, Dollar Shave.
Brilliant. Oh. We both said things that don't supply pizza.
Exactly.
We should just make memes out of sponsors.
Yes.
Which brings us to today's sponsor, Brilliant Shave Honey.
Fresh.
Brilliant Shave Honey is a Chrome extension that sends you razors in the mail for $1 a month and provides you with brilliant ideas and learning educational tools inside that pizza with razors.
Oh my gosh.
I'm combining
That
all of the
sounds
sponsors
horrible.
together. But thank you guys for watching.
Squarespace. Sorry.
This pizza with razors, and also it's $1 a month, will help you design your website and teach you educational tools.
Yes, and you can have fresh groceries from this
delivered
pizza.
to you. All of this is delivered to you in the mail with instructions. Yes, this does sound horrible. Anyway, thank you guys for watching. We'll see you all in the next one. Bye.
Bye.